Just a couple cards left to go over here.
All right.
The next one is one of the strangest cards I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, the art's cool.
The art is super cool. It is the Ozilith?
Sure.
However you say that. It is a 1-mana legendary artifact that says, whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those counters on the Ozilith. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if the Ozilith has counters on it, you may move all counters from the Ozilith to target creature. Yeah.
Weird.
Very strange. So it's worth noting that this copies all counters on whatever creature it is. So if it has +1/+1 counters, it'll take those when the creature dies. If it has keyword counters, like the new ones from this set, flying, death touch, whatever, it takes those. If you have a planeswalker that has turned into a creature, it will take loyalty counters.
You're just trying to get all the value from Sargon you can.
Well, like this card just reads so strangely that it kind of begs you to think of all the weird things you can do with it.
Yeah. So it could work in older formats with the like Hardened Scales decks where you just make like a giant thing.
Yeah.
Super weird card.
Yeah.
That can only do super weird things.
It is certainly a combo piece though. Like if the deck doesn't currently exist, at some point in Magic's future it will. So this is one of those cards that I am going to put a little pin in up on my wall that says, if this card is cheap, buy 100 copies of it.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
So like, with Mothra back at the beginning here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when does this take the counter off, and when does Mothra check to see if it has flying? Like that, I don't know. I'm assuming that it doesn't work the way I want. Where
I don't know.
It dies with flying, and then it leaves the battlefield. This takes its counter, but it's already in the graveyard when it takes its counter.
Well,
I don't know.
Are they both replacement effects?
I think. Well, this one's not a replacement effect. It's not replacing where the card goes. It like puts the counter somewhere. It's weird. So whatever. Luminous Broodmoth is whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter.
These are both replacement effects. They are both when if.
Okay, so can you order them?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Judge!
Yeah, someone smarter than us.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I should have asked this before the show started.
I assume it doesn't work the way I want because Twitter had not melted.
Yeah, and they're also like both in the same set at the same time.
Yeah, that would be a huge oversight, but
yeah.
I give you Sihili, Felidar Guardian, for huge oversights. So
I don't know. The card was weird, and I thought it was worth mentioning.
It is super weird, and it does feel like it should break somehow.
Yeah.
It should just go away.
One of the things that I had asked in our group chat that I don't think anybody ever got back to me about was, does this do the weird, like, Hangerback Walker walking ballista thing? Where when the creature dies, it looks at its last, because it dies as a state-based action, it looks at the last way it was represented on the battlefield and still has a counter on it. So if you, like, pull the last counter off of a walking ballista to shoot somebody,
do you get the +1/+1 counter?
Would this get the counter?
I don't know. That one's weird.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I do know that if your walking ballista died because you put -1/-1 counters on it, you would get the +1/+1 counters and the -1/-1 counters.
Right. Because they never had a chance to blip.
Yeah, they never had a chance to cancel each other out. Magic.
Yeah, very weird.
All right. The next set of lands here are kind of absurd.
They really are.
They're just everything.
Yeah. So we're getting new cycling lands that aren't the other half of the cycling lands we got in Amonkhet.
But they kind of are?
But they kind of are. These are tri-lands. So there's one for each wedge that we talked about. Sultai, Abzan, Jeskai, Temur, Mardu.
Mardu, there you go. Mardu.
Yep. They all have basic land types, so they're fetchable for when that matters. They all enter the battlefield tapped. and they all have cycling 3.
Yeah. So, a trip down memory lane. The Tri-lands, the tapped Khans Tri-lands were standard playable. You played them in Abzan, you played them in Jeskai. Yep. They were just playable. These are infinitely better.
Yeah, like the old tapped lands might as well be obsolete right now.
Yeah.
Like they might have never been printed. These are strictly better in every way.
Yes. The fact that they're fetchable does not matter at this very instant, but we are going back to the place where fetch lands came from.
We're not getting fetch lands in Zendikar.
They might be coming somewhere to a commander product or commander thing near you, because why do you put the basic land types on these? Like, do we really care that much for the castles?
Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Care that much for the castles? I don't know. But, so, the fact that these are Tri-lands makes all of your ultimatums, they go from, like, uncastable to trivial.
I can do that. Yep.
Yeah, they're just totally trivial to cast now.
Yep.
And because you have your cycling lands, if you're playing blue-green X, you play 28 to 30 lands. Because, your growth spiral always wants you to have a land in your hand. This has got, you need to have lands in your hand for that. Yep. Uro always wants you to have a land in your hand.
Yep.
And then late in the game, when you draw this and you wish you drew gas, you just pay 3
drew
mana.
Gas instead, yeah.
Yeah. And 3 mana is a big cost.
Right.
But when your deck is 30 lands,
it's not that big a cost.
Yeah, you've got 10 mana on the battlefield.
Right.
And I guess all the forest ones also tap for 2 because of Nissa.
Oh, because they're forests, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's relevant.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And all of the black ones trigger Dread Presence.
It's not gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen.
I know.
I know you've been dreaming big for a while, but that's just not gonna happen.
Now these are sweet though. And the alternate art ones, have you seen those?
They're really nice.
Woo! Yeah, I'm gonna have to get playsets of all of them. They're all gorgeous.
Like Dredge played 1 or 2 of the red-green cycling lanes. I feel like you just play the Teamer one.
Yeah.
Because you get access to blue to occasionally cast a stray Narcomoeba.
Yeah.
Or you play the Sultai one or something. You just get so much more a cycling lane showed up before, in
lands
blue,
they
black.
play the red-green one sometimes.
Yeah, might just play this. I was gonna say in Inverter of Truth, right? This could open up some sideboard cards that you wouldn't have access to in blue black.
Yeah.
Because you just get green stapled onto your blue black cycling land.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are gonna show up all over the place in weird spots. So yeah, these are great. If you get these and hold on to them, they are going to just see play all over the place.
And with one thing that we noticed with the last couple of collector packs is that it really drove down the price of foils.
Yeah.
So because these are going to be so playable, and if the price of foils is being driven down with collector packs, I would try and pick up as many of these foils as you can, or the alternate art ones, which I think are gorgeous.
Yeah, I think the alternate art ones are going to drive down the price of the regular pack foils.
Pack foils, yeah.
Just because people are going to want that artwork in foil. So
Could
I
be.
mean, if you think about the example we talked about a while back when I was looking at Oxyvagonus, the full art foils or extended art foils were 35 or 40, and the pack foils were $5.
Yeah.
It was I guess I'll take a pack foil then. These ones are though different just because the alternate art is so good.